What's going on, everybody? It's your girl, Lolita Sheriow, aka Lo, and welcome. And thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Take Action Real Estate Investing. I have a very, very, very special guest that I'm going to be interviewing and talking to today. It's one of my students. His name is Mr. Michael Gonzales. And I'm really excited about what he's going to share and just his experience of closing his first deal, going through my mastermind program, and just sharing also a little bit of what he's doing now to continue to stay active within the business to continue to generate leads as well as deals. So without any further delay, Michael, thank you so much for taking the time to allow me to interview you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Sure, no problem. So if you don't mind, just share a little bit about yourself.
28 years old. I was born in Irving, Texas, so now I live in Euless. I've been married for about 3 years now, and currently I'm a full-time teacher. So that's my main thing. And
Awesome.
then, yeah, I've always kind of still had a entrepreneurial mindset. So I've tried many different things, and now I think I've finally landed on what it is, real estate, that I really want to do, and I can see, going that progression and getting me to where I want to go. So even though I love teaching, I still, have goals that I want to accomplish and be able to do. So it's a little bit.
Absolutely. And I know you're going to accomplish them because you're an action taker. Um, but I also want to know, so how did you, I guess, what triggered real estate for you? Was it an infomercial you saw, Carlton Sheets infomercial, or what was it?
Honestly, a little bit of the entrepreneurial side. Plus, over the last summer, teachers get the summer off, so we get time to kind of look around, and I just love watching shows about homes, houses, stuff on HGTV. Mm-hmm. There's like mega mansions. There's all this type of house things, and I realized that, as I drive, I kind of like to look at houses anyways and kind of figure out values, kind of, mm-hmm. even though I had really still no idea what that was. So I started to notice, okay, I've had business experiences in the past. I know a little bit about real estate, so I have time over the summer. So I'm really going to start to figure this thing out, do some research, and start to learn and see if those things can really connect, and see if, okay, this is going to be the thing that works. This is going to be the thing that I really go towards. So it's just kind of those things with time over the summer just really said, okay, I can see something. I can see it. So
you saw the vision, right? You saw real estate as a gateway to build wealth and maybe just take it to the next level, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Fantastic. And I think that's pretty much where we kind of met up or connected, right? Is at one of the real estate investing groups here in Dallas, right?
Yeah, I had done some big informational type seminars, and heard more there, and they told me about their packages, and I was like, woo, that's a little bit out of my range, and I still might, because I want to take action, but I decided to really get plugged into some meetup groups and found like Dallas REIG, and one morning I happened to go, and you were speaking, mm-hmm. and you had mentioned about your coaching classes were about to start again, and I was like, okay, let's talk, let's figure out, boom, and then so I called you, we talked, and that's how our relationship started. So.
That's correct. The rest is history, right?
Yeah.
So I'm glad that we connected, and that you decided to go ahead and take that jump, take that leap to invest in yourself. I believe it's definitely paying off.
Yeah.
Tell us about your first deal that you got and that you closed.
The first closed deal was actually whenever I was starting to learn and get into everything, I just simply posted on my Facebook page, hey, this is kind of what I'm doing. If you need help selling a house, whatever type thing. That's kind of how it started. Mm-hmm. And I had a friend kind of reach out to me and started, asking what it was about, what I did. So I told him a little bit. He was already kind of in the process of selling his house, and he was already in talks with the realtor, though he didn't sign a contract or anything. But that's kind of how it started to talk, and he's letting me know a little bit more information, and I was giving him helpful information too, kind of in the back of my mind, knowing that, okay, well, he hasn't fully committed to a realtor. You never know what will happen. And so just maybe a month, even less later, just kind of following up still through message, just giving him good, helpful information because he's a friend. I want to, help him. He pretty much messaged me back, and I think his words were pretty much along the lines of, people are flaky and they suck. Please buy my house. So then we were able to talk with him, get everything that you've taught me, and start to get a value and just get everything under contract and find a buyer, and just within 30 days was able to close, and it was a free lead. So it was cool. It was good, and I got to help out a friend, and it just made the first one very, very easy for me. So
yes, and that's it's so awesome. There's so many things that I want to point out, as others are listening to this. Number one, you let people know what you did, and that's something that I taught you. It's just as simple as putting out a Facebook post saying, "Hey, this is what I do." In addition to other marketing streams, obviously, that you need to have to let people know what you do: direct mail, online marketing, and bandit signs for buyers, and just other ways. But you let him know, but also you followed up. So you followed up with him, and he shared what he shared with you, and it turned out to be where you were able to help him. And I was so glad to help you and give you guidance through that deal. That's pretty special. So, and I think that the total assignment was a little bit under $10,000, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
Oh, it's awesome. So you
made your sweet spot. So
yeah, made your investment back. So, and some profit. So fantastic. So if you don't mind, share a little bit of your experience of going through the masterclass that I offered.
Yeah, definitely having a mentor is something I need. I'm busy, so sometimes I work 12 hours a day. I still have a wife. I have commitment to her. So I kind of mentioned, I'm not afraid to have my hand held. I need that.
Yes.
And if I didn't have my hand held, if I wasn't able to text you throughout the day, so many questions,
yep,
I would have given up. I wouldn't even have gotten anywhere. I would have, if I had to do it on my own, there's honestly no way whatsoever, because I would have already given up by now. I would have made way too many mistakes. So I kind of knew the mindset of investing in yourself and having a mentor, just because I wanted to cut out any mistakes that I could.
Yes.
And so the best way to obviously do that is find somebody who's been where you want to go and ask them how they did it, whether that's through reading a book or hiring a mentor. And so it's definitely, there's no way at all I would have had that deal or continued to keep going like I am now without a mentor, without your help, and without all the materials and resources that you're giving me. So it's definitely needed for me.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you so much for sharing that. And it's the saying, teamwork makes the dream work. And that's something I even had to learn the first several years of starting and being in business. I'm like, you know what? I can't do all this by myself. I can't do this by myself and be profitable, to grow, to be productive, and to scale my business. It took several years for me as a new entrepreneur to really get it. And when I got it and I understood it, I pretty much did the same thing. I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and connect and invest with a mentor, as well as get those other key people that I call a part of your power team to help you build a business. And I know that that's something that you are doing right now, that you are actively marketing. You have some leads in the pipeline that you're working, and there's one particular deal that we're working together that's contract, it's executed contract, it's at escrow right now, which is pretty exciting. And you got that lead off MLS, right? I don't want to talk a whole lot about that, but it's a pretty cool system that that's set up where you're able to offer, multiple offers to the, on the MLS through Podio, right? Do you like that setup? I know you do.
Yeah, I recruited my wife as part of my power team because she works part time.
Yes.
So she kind of does all the pre work that's needed. And then I came home and kind of checked everything and said, boom, ready to go. And then the next day, got something back. And yeah, so she's part of my power team.
That's
for sure.
Awesome. I love it. I absolutely love it. So, Michael, thank you so much again for taking the time just to share your experience. I'm super proud of you. Keep it moving. My philosophy, continue to take action, grow. And I appreciate the text messages. And that's one thing that I wanted to share. Whenever you get a mentor or coach that you work with, you want to make sure that they're going to be accessible. And I do have to put it out there. Michael, you're probably, out of all the students I've had over the last 5 or 6 years, you probably text me the most. But you know what? I absolutely love it because I know that you are working the business and you want to make sure that you do it right and that you're maximizing your efforts. So I appreciate it, and I want you to keep doing that.
Oh, I will. I'm needy, so that's okay.
Fantastic. All right. Well, thanks again, everybody that's listening. If you're interested in learning more on how you can get in the house flipping business, how you can create a profitable house flipping wholesaling business, then make sure you click on the link. Go to lowsheriow.com/webinar. I appreciate you again, Michael. Thanks so much, and continue to take action.
All righty. Thank you. Have a good one.
You too.